curling, the most interesting, boring sport there is, has its moment of glory every 4 years. It sits dormant in the mind of the people in the time between the Winter Olympics, but when the games start, curling becomes a phenomenon. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, curling is a game of strategy, finesse, and precision that absolutely steals the hearts and minds of the people during the Winter Olympics, along with the help of Matt Hamilton's fantastic mustache. Coined chess on ice, I firmly believe that curling is one of the most underrated medaling games in the entire Olympic circuit. I want to show you guys this so-called chess on ice, explain how it's played, show you some simple strategy, and hopefully by the end of this speech, you'll be able to grab the broom out of your closet, find the nearest frozen body of water, and throw some stones. Like many of the world's great games, curling had humble beginnings. Although the exact year in which the first stone was heroically cast down the playing surface is unknown, an article by the Curling Federation titled "The History of Curling" reports that the first games of curling were played on the frozen lochs of Scotland sometime during the 16th century. Informal but popular, the game was soon turned into a more formal sport in 1838 with the creation of the Grand Caledonian Curling Club. This curling club created the first rules of curling and made it more popular around Europe as a whole. This official sporting establishment caught the attention of Queen Victoria, so much so that she gave it royal recognition, naming it the Royal Caledonian Curling Club in 1843, and shortly thereafter, curling made its first Olympic appearance in 1924 in the first Winter Olympic Games in Chamonix, France. I think it's Chamonix. So, the basic rules of the game. It's a very simple game to understand. In competition, there are 2 teams consisting of 4 players per side, and each team takes turns throwing 16 stones each across the 150-foot playing surface. The objective? To get your stone as close to the middle of the 12-foot by 12-foot house or target area as possible. Scoring is based on which team's stones end up closer to the middle of the house. And only one team can score per end. And an end is the way that they record the passage of time in curling, much like innings in baseball or quarters in basketball. Now, for some strategy. And this is where I break out the Expo pens. So, the house looks like a big bullseye right here, with the middle being the button. This is 12 feet by 12 feet, and the button is only 2 feet by 2 feet. And when you're sliding a rock 150 feet across a piece of ice, the precision required to get here is incredible. There are 3 different types of main shots that I want to tell you about. There's the guard. So let's say you're throwing from here. You're like that guy, throwing it across. And there's 3 different types of shots. The guard, which is putting your stone right in front of the button, so the other team will have to either curl theirs around to get into the middle of the circle, or knock your stone that you've set as a guard out. This is typically a very defensive move made by teams who are either losing at the game currently or are worse than the team that they're playing because they want to keep the other team from scoring. The next shot is called a draw, and a draw is when another team sees the guard and curls, that's how it gets its name, curls their stone around it, leaving it right there, which is why they have the brooms, because the brooms warm up the ice and the stones typically follow the path of the warm ice, so that they're able to curl it around the guards. And then the last shot, which is my favorite, is throwing the stone as hard as you possibly can to hit the guard stone out of the way so you have a more free shot to do what you will and score as many points as possible. So those are the 3 main shots. A little bit of strategy involved in this. And to cap this off, I want to show you guys probably the most exciting video I've seen all week. If it will play, maybe it's just a screenshot. I don't know. Hold on. What? Look how excited he is. Okay, so basically I think it was a video from some very important curling matchup in 2004. And there was 2 stones right here. I'll just draw this out. 2 stones right here and right here by the other team, and the other team was going to win if both stones were in or if they scored any points. And this guy, who's super excited, hit this stone in a way where it, he threw the stone, it hit this one, and then that stone hit this one, knocking them both out, and then they scored the point and won the game. And that's why he's so stoked. But I wish I could show you guys the video, but it's not playing. So I hope after this presentation, you guys are super excited about the, 2022 Winter Olympics, when curling comes back with its valiant return, and you guys will be able to actually understand what's going on and check it out. Yeah.